This is my gift for Judith, and I wanted to report on my progress. Working with invisible thread on this black and white quilt was really hard to see. So what we did is my friend Judith likes the Lion King, and we got some free clip art from the internet, and I just enlarged it and put it in some of the blocks that had really busy fabric. I was able to outline stitch on some of the motifs in the fabric itself, but this was so busy, so we used a few lions for courage and then a turtle for patience. But the thing about we shouldn't have cut out the turtle. It's better to use the full piece of the paper and stitch through the paper, because your foot gets caught in so many different places. I had to keep fiddling with lifting the foot to get it out of the way. Because invisible thread, you know, it's hard to see on the front. You have to turn it over to check out your progress. So you can see some of our turtles, and there's a lion. And so I just kind of skipped around in the beginning, started stitching some different areas. And now I've got to be more methodical about filling in the rest of the space. You can see we have quite a bit to do. And I was struggling with the weight of the quilt, you know. And as I'm getting older, I just don't like to struggle with anything if I can help it. And I remembered visiting Paducah, Kentucky, and Carol Breyer Fallard's studio there many years ago. And she had some like bungee cords or something attached to her ceiling to clip to the quilt to support the weight of it. And so yesterday I went to my local Ace hardware store, and they sell this PVC pipe in 10-foot sections. I had one pipe cut in half, so I have a 5-foot stand here. And then I had the other pipe cut in a 4-foot and a 6-foot length. I wasn't sure how I was going to set this up, but I knew they cut the pipe for me. These are not cemented together, so I got the 2 pipes and 2 elbows, and they're on a stand. I had these stands left over from a stained glass that I supported many years ago, so there's very heavy and sturdy. But you could also use a patio umbrella stand, and you just have to make sure you have the right size pipe to fit in the stand, and they have such a thing that can tighten it up too. But I can take this apart because it hasn't been cemented together. When I do need to clean up this room, my husband's 70th birthday party is fast approaching, so then I can fold everything away. I just have a couple tables from Sam's Club around my Sew Easy table, which makes a nice flexible sewing space, and all this stuff can come down. And I even use my big work table as a buffet. I just, if I have a work in progress there, I can just cover it with a vinyl tablecloth. So anyway, I just wanted to show you this. I bought bungee cords at different lengths to just try this. They're just wrapped around the top. And so then I'll clip my quilt here, and I'll show you that in a minute. So I'm going to work on this area right here. And so I'm just moving this. You know, you always support the weight of your quilt on, as if you can. You just move your quilt so most of the weight is supported. But still, when this is dragging behind, it's heavy to move. So I'm just going to attach this several places. And the hardware store also drilled a hole in these clamps. These clamps are pretty heavy. Gives your hand a good workout to squeeze that, but they drilled one hole in each of the handles so that I could just have that supported. So I'm just outlining some of the motifs in the fabric, but it sure helps not having the weight of the quilt to move this around. Okay, I had to make sure, even though this is suspended, that I just have one layer of quilt under here. I almost started to stitch 2 layers of my quilt together. That wouldn't have been too good. So I'm going to bring my thread up and start my Lion King here. Thread is up. 1 thickness of quilt. And take a few stitches and cut my thread off. I don't like dragging my thread underneath. So I'm going to outline a shape. You can see I just have my paper pinned here, but then I'm going to move these pins to get them out of the way. Thanks for watching. I'm just now, learning to use my little bungee cords. I bought several different lengths so that I can experiment on just how to hold this. But I think this is going to work out nicely. I think it would actually work better if this was parallel to my machine, but I didn't want to have a long stand here that somebody might trip over. So by using the different lengths, I think this angle is going to work just fine. Thanks for watching.